Hey there guys, this is CCHD, or in other words Chad, and this is my first video of course, and I'm pretty stoked, I'm not gonna lie. I've been dying to get this capture card and get these videos rolling. Been doing this for quite a while. Well, I've been on and off, but definitely good to be back, tell you that. Anyways, I want to get into what I'm trying to cover here, and my first thing I'm going to cover here on my first video is actually Madden. Love Madden, but here's a little thing I like to say is Madden offline play. I love offline. I don't play much of online anymore. It's more cheesy. I mean, I guess this year they've kind of gone away with that, but anyways, I'm more of offline. That's what I'm trying to prove, and this is what this video is about, right? Anyways, game settings. You have your options. This is what I do when I have a franchise. You know, I want to feel like it's a real NFL game. 15 minutes, runoffs. Runoffs, I mean accelerated clocks. I use them. Alright, so I'll get into it right now. Enough of me. The accelerated clock, obviously on. I usually put 25 seconds. That's going to give you in those 15-minute quarters. It's going to kind of go quick, you know. You got your injuries, your fatigue. My fatigue's always at 60. Just feels like it's a real NFL game. You're not going to have, you know, DeLangelo Williams run the whole game and not sit on the bench once on a third down. Okay, he's going to sit down. He can't run the ball all game. Game speed, usually I think it believes it's either slow or normal as default, but I usually use fast because it feels like a, you know, like a real NFL game. The player minimal speed here, I don't use much of it. I usually leave it at 50. Coach mode I leave on, and people go, why do you leave it on? To be honest, I could score on the computer all day. I really could. But I'm more of a franchise guy. I like to kind of coach my team. I usually pick the play, let the computer see what he can do. You know, it's pretty fun. I like it. But most people probably are like, Chad, why would you even play like that, man? Like, shh. But, you know, hey, this is what I do. Penalties. Oh boy, I'll tell you. They're all at 50 because this is default game. I play around with them a lot. I got these up to about 70. Not everything. I think the only thing I don't bring up to 70s are maybe false offsides. Offsides I just bring down to 65. Those get called a little bit more. You know, intentional grounding is barely called. You know, all those. But I usually put these up high to make it feel like it's a real NFL game. You know, you got penalties, offsides. I usually keep those at 70s. You guys can try them out any ways you want to try. Player skill. Boy oh boy. Alright, my custom here, I already have it kind of pre-made. We have our passing at 8. That's my happy medium, I like to say. I think probably if you made it, you know, I don't know, if you probably made it a 10, it'd probably be a challenge. I mean, the All Madden's at 15, and I mean, if you don't have an Aaron Rodgers, Tom Brady, Peyton Manning, you're gonna struggle. I mean, I think I even struggled with Aaron Rodgers, but I usually keep it at an 8. But if it gets too easy for you, or if you see the computer, if you do coach mode like myself, I usually kind of turn it up a little bit to even it off. Rushing, I don't like to really mess around with. I usually leave it at a 6, but I usually put it up a couple more, you know, if you want to add a little bit more dynamic thing to your game, you know. This is all really on people and how they like to play games, or what's their take on a real NFL game. Passing defense, I usually keep this at an 8. I don't know why I had it kind of low. I think I forgot to mess with it, but I usually keep it at an 8. I'll get more into that. Rushing defense at a 7. I usually keep it at a 7. It's more feels like a real game. Now the computer skill, yes, it is at 100 for QB accuracy. You know why I do that is because a lot of quarterbacks miss the most easiest passes that I think maybe even Ryan Leaf could make. I mean, I've seen it pretty bad. I usually leave it 100. Even Peyton Manning will miss a pass. Actually in this game I just started, he did miss a wide open pass with 100 on. So, I mean, it still happens. Pass blocking, I usually keep at a 70. You know, you can play around with it. Wide receiver catching, 60s. You don't want every guy catching every ball, like one-hander grab, ruling every single time. I've seen it a million times. Broken tackles, 60s. This rushing basically should be all at 60s. Fumbles usually at 60s. You can play around with it. Here's my thing I want to get into is the reaction time. I usually keep that a full 100 because I see a lot of the times where you'll throw a pass to a guy and he'll just sit there and literally watch the ball go over his head. You'll just face up to the ball right over his head, don't even react to it. So I love reaction time at 100. Feels like a real game. Interception's not too high. I appreciate put it at an 80. That still gives you that kind of, he's going to hit the pass down rather than catch it. Passing, pass rushing, you could get into that a little bit more. I'd probably keep that in an 80 if you want to feel like it's an NFL game, like, you can't hold on to the ball for more than 3 seconds. Obviously, here we go again, reaction time with rush defense. Had 100 again. You're going to have your linebackers come off that ball. Play action still works, don't worry about that. It's still very, very effective, but it still feels like a real game. Remember, we're going here for a very sim league. Tackling, I usually leave it to 60. 60, 61, right around there. That will be the happy medium there for me. And block shedding, obviously 61 too, because you want to have both those around the same end. You don't want to have one too high, one too low. Other than that, guys, I don't really mess around with game controls. I don't really use the different settings when I play Madden. I'll get into it real quick, so this is supposed to be my quick video. I'll show you a thing or two here. I'm not too much on Madden here with the crazy defenses and stuff. I usually do a lot of press cover, make them work for the yards. I mean, this game is pretty good this year. I love what they did. The only thing I probably would disagree on, it's pretty easy to just turn the corner and run away from everybody if you have a fast guy. When I learned that the hard way on when I was doing, online play, and that's when I kind of just gave up with this. But if you guys have any questions about these sliders or anything, just let me know. I'll definitely be here, and I'll be doing a lot more videos. This is one of many more to come. Look at this, I still have the tips on. This is how long it's been I've played this. Alright guys, well, this will about wrap it up. If you have, obviously like I said, any questions, or, even if you like my video and you want to definitely see more out of this, maybe hit the subscribe button. Who knows, right? Alright guys, this is Chad, and thanks for watching, guys.